Howdy folks, Tony Farah here, White Hat Holsters. I know what you're thinking. What the heck is that? This is a holster that's well worn. I mean, you can see how well worn it is. It's a little dirty. It's been worn quite a bit. It's contoured pretty well. So this is a horsehide piece that's pretty well worn. And we get the question very often, Tony, how do I care for my holster? How do I clean it? How do I condition it? If I feel like the leather's stiffening up a bit, I want to loosen it up. Can I use just kind of a general leather conditioner and that kind of thing? Yeah, absolutely you can. You can use most non-abrasive, of course, and then you don't want anything with too harsh a detergent or cleanser in it. Something that's designed for very soft leather or leather seats, something like that will clean and condition it. Will work very well. I do, however, want to introduce you to a new cleaning and care kit that we just released. This kit comes with 3 products. It comes with a product that we find very good. This is a saddle soap. It's by Phoebings. We repackage it. This is a 1-ounce container of Phoebings saddle soap. Okay, and I'll show you how to use that in just a second. And then we also have a 1/2 ounce of mink oil. Okay, mink oil for conditioning, and I find mink oil to work very, very well for conditioning leather. And the saddle soap also, if you use this as a periodic cleanser for your holster, will also condition the leather a little bit. It's very neutral. It doesn't have a smell to it. The mink oil as well doesn't have a smell or anything. It also comes with this very soft white microfiber cloth is included in this. So let me kind of show you how this works, and we'll go from there. Okay, now the first thing you're going to want to do is just completely break the holster down. So take the clips off, take the kydex off, set everything aside, set all the screws aside, so you're left with just the backing, just the contoured backing. Okay, and do remember you've got 2 sides to this. This is your finished front side, and this is your back side that goes against your body. Usually has a little bit of texture to it. This is an old holster, you can tell. This is actually a prototype combat cut that we did. Our current combat cut's a lot cleaner than this, so please disregard that. Got the old logo on it. Got my name stamp on the bottom so you can see that. This holster was actually rusted on at one point when I had an old rusty gun that I had put in here at one point, and it did discolor the leather a little bit, but we'll see how that cleans up. I haven't done anything to this yet. I've actually had this backing sitting aside for a while, and I thought I would try that. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my cloth. I'm going to kind of fold it up a little bit and get a working edge here, like so. So I'm going to use this edge. I've got just a little bit of tap water. You do want to wet your cloth just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of this saddle soap. Okay, so this is the Phoebings saddle soap. I'm going to take just a little bit of this on the wet end, kind of rub it in there, get a little bit of that saddle soap onto the cloth. Okay, now it's just a matter of applying the saddle soap directly to the leather. So it's not terribly complicated process here. Just kind of rub it on, scrub it around a little bit. I'm going to kind of do half of this holster to sort of show that to you. We'll see what that looks like. Now you will get a little bit of dirt. For some of the darker finishes, you may get a little transference of color. Probably not too much, if any, but maybe just a little. But it will not disturb the finish. It will not disrupt the finish. You can see some of that dirt coming off of there. Okay. Now the Phoebings, like I said before, will also condition the leather at the same time. Let me kind of rub it across here for you. But it will condition the leather also. Get a little more water on that. So you can see where it's darkening just a bit, and this will actually get a little bit sudsy, as you can see, as you rub it on here. So and you do want that. You want a little bit of that suds action going there. Okay, so there's a little dirt come off of it. Let's do a little bit on the back as well, so you can kind of see that. And this is probably where we'll get a lot more dirt off of here. Now, if you're going to condition the holster with the mink oil, I really don't recommend that you put it on the back of the leather. And the reason here is pretty apparent. You can see a lot more dirt coming off of there. But you can see the leather will have a tendency to soak in moisture. If you condition the back of this with mink oil, it's really going to take on too much of the oil and become way too soft. You don't want it to be too soft. But there you can see kind of what that looks like. Let me wipe some of this off. Just wipe some of the residue off, okay? And it's completely dry now. You can see this side versus this side. It's quite a bit cleaner. So it looks nice. It's cleaned. It's conditioned a bit. Okay. So let me do the rest of it, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now you can see this is after I've completely wiped it down with the saddle soap. Now a lot of this transference in here, this color, is actually burnishing from the leather, and this will happen with the horsehide as your gun slides in and out over and over. It actually burnishes the leather to this sort of dark chestnut color. Here as well with the Kydex just pressing against it, it's going to burnish this up a little bit. Okay, so there's a good idea of what it looks like clean. Now the next thing we'll do is here's the cloth of what that got off of there. I'm going to kind of turn this over, get a clean edge here. And I'm going to take a little bit of this mink oil. And you really don't need too much of this stuff. Now with the cowhide, it'll soak in a whole lot faster. With the horsehide, what happens is it'll kind of set on top a little bit. Okay, and then it'll start to soak in gradually. So we'll put some of that on there and just kind of rub it all around there. Okay, and you can see it kind of starting to soak in a little bit. Again, you really don't need much of this. You might apply it in a couple of coats. I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but it is, you know, the oil is going to rest just on the top layer for a minute. So we'll leave that sit for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and apply another coat and take a look at that. Okay, so that first coat of mink oil has sat on there for a few minutes. I did want to show you this as well. This is where we clean the back of the holster with just the saddle soap, and you can see on this side it's still a little bit moist right here, but you can see on this side how clean it is compared to this. This is just kind of wet a little bit, but you can really get an idea of what that does to the back side of the leather. It really cleans that up very nicely. Versus this side, which is still pretty rough and dirty. So you can get a good idea, kind of see the line right here where we clean that. Alright, so for this end on the mink oil, let's put just a little bit more on there, and you can see how much I'm using. I mean, really not much at all. So this little bottle of mink oil is going to last you quite a while. Mink oil is a good conditioner for just about any leather product, so you could really use this for just about any leather product you have in your house. Or, you know, again, leather seats, something like that. It'll work very well for that. So, you know, apply 2-3 coats of this until you achieve the desired effect. Again, if you apply it to the back, you know, I really don't recommend that. It soaks in way too much very quickly. Okay, so I would rather see you put 2 or 3 coats. It's already starting to soften up quite a bit compared to how it was before. Just from that little application, just from 2 applications in about, you know, 5-10 minutes, it's really starting to soften up quite a bit. So another couple of coats and this will be soft like a catcher's mitt. So I hope that helps. This is our newest cleaning and care kit. Again, you can buy these products just about anywhere. We just kind of offer them to you to make things a little bit easier. So there it is, the WhiteHatHolsters saddle soap, mink oil. It does come with the microfiber cloth as well. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions about this or need any further information, just let me know. Shoot me an email, post a comment, send me a PM. I'll be happy to help you with that. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. God bless you. Have a great day.